here you have it. Here's your poll. I already told you my vote, and you guys can see it there highlighted. Wood versus Conlon. Taylor against Serrano. Fundora against Lubin. Estrada versus Gonzalez, number 3. And 15% voted other. So, Chris, I don't know if you can see it right there in front of you, but I'll go ahead and read it out either way for the people who are just listening and not watching. 10% voted. And here, let me put it up for you guys as well. Let me not do you guys like that. All right, there you have it. Now you see it. 20% voted for Wood versus Conlon, surprisingly. I was shocked by this, so I'm not feeling too well about my pick. Not anymore. Taylor versus Serrano, 30%. Fundora versus Lubin, which I think was another amazing fight, only 5%. And 40% of the listeners, maybe recency bias, this fight was very recent. This month, Estrada versus Gonzalez, number 3. 40% of the votes.
Oh, wow. Okay. I think we're going to have a split, and we're going to have to find a way to figure this one out. I picked, and it was a very close 1-2 in my opinion.
All right, so let's give me your top 3, starting with 3.
Top three starting with 3. Number 3, and it's not on here. It's not on there, but I'll give you my top.
Okay.
My third was Charlo versus Castaño. I thought it was a very competitive fight up until the knockout.
Underrated fight. Underrated fight.
Very competitive. Both men landing hard shots throughout the fight, eye-catching shots. So for me, that one was number 3. Number 2, drum roll, because these two, for me, they were very, very, very close.
All right, let's hear it.
So number 2 was Conlon versus Wood.
Oh, okay.
And number 1.
I think we're gonna have a debate here. I think we're gonna have a lot to debate about. But let's hear it. Number 3, Charlo Castaño. Your number 2, Lee Wood, Mickey Conlon, and number 1 is
number 1, and it's on here. Taylor versus Serrano.
Okay.
To me, that one just had the technique involved, and it was a meg fight on the biggest stage, MSG, and both women delivered. Very controversial, very close fight. But to me, they just delivered. Taylor versus Serrano for me was the fight of the year.
All right, so we're a little split here. My pick was Wood Lee. Your pick was Serrano Taylor, and the people voted Chocolatito against Gallo, number 3. Good thing we do have another poll, however. All right, on Instagram, I just posted it today. I have no idea how people are voting. All right, nice. So this is going to be my first time seeing this. So for KO of the year, 50% of the people voted Wood versus Conlon. So they were with us, and Plant Durrell got second place, right? And I think we all agree with that. 33%, not too far behind, right? So they're with us here. They're with us. I'm just looking at what they think is a fighter of the year right now. Ooh, interesting. All right. Fight of the year, and I'm just going to go ahead and read out the votes. 20% say Estrada versus Gonzalez, 3. 40% say Wood versus Conlon. And 0% say Fundora against Lubin. Wow. That leaves 40%, I'm sorry, for Taylor Serrano. Chris, they're not helping us out. They're split. 40% Wood Conlon, 40% Serrano versus Taylor. So
I guess we have to go with the co-fights of the year then. Michael Conlon with 2 votes, and then Serrano.
So let's do this. If this is a debate, you have to convince me and the people who voted for Wood Conlon why Serrano versus Taylor was a better fight. Don't let the people down, Chris.
Like I said, these 2 fights were to me neck and neck, 1 and 2. To me, the what this fight represented for women and how, to me, in my opinion, it did not fall short. We always get these big mega fights, and we always get the 1 and 2 in their prime, and sometimes it just doesn't deliver. And this one had a chance to not deliver. This one had the chance to fall flat in a sense, and it didn't. Both women came in great shape. Both women gave it their all. Very close match. One didn't walk over the other. Both had eye-catching shots. Again, it just had it all. And of course, I had to give respect to Colin versus Wood, because this was also with the title on the line. Both guys, not even playing defense, which is something people love, because they're just giving all offense. And again, it was very, very close. But I think for me, it just came down to the gravity of what it meant in terms of event.
All right. And on the flip side, if I had to debate and convince you guys that Wood Conlon was a better fight, I would say 3 knockdowns,
True.
12th round comeback stoppage by Lee Wood against a guy who you can say was a better boxer than him, right? The guy was about to take his belt in front of his home crowd. He was knocked down in the first, hurt several times during that fight, and at the end of the day, delivered a memorable knockout to retain his belt. A brutal KO in front of his home crowd. And to me, just a very memorable fight. But look, I'm not mad at giving it to Taylor Serrano, like you said. One of the biggest women's fight of all time. I think it deserves to get some shine. So I'm not mad at us agreeing that that's the fight of the year.
Hey, we're gonna go with that, man. I like that. One goes to Wood.
You already got one, Lee Wood.
We gotta let the ladies shine, and like I said, there's a lot of debate when it comes to women. They get a lot of heat, and this was one of those fights where their stock could have gone down, because this is the biggest fight that they can deliver, and this was either going to put off a lot of people away from boxing or into women's boxing, and I think it did it justice. So I agree with you, Gio. Fight of the year, rightfully deserved, very close. It could have gone either way, but your boy Wood got that knockout. Let's give the women the fight of the year.
There you have it. And look, I'm going to use Derek's argument in this one, right? It's very difficult to perform, like you said, when it's a fight of this magnitude. Lee Wood, Conlon didn't have as much pressure. You know, there was all the pressure was on these ladies to perform. We kind of got accustomed to the big name fights letting us down, the big events letting us down. This wasn't the case between these two ladies, MSG. It was a massive event and even controversial, right? Even controversial. So, yeah, I think it had all the ingredients to be the fight of the year for 2022.
Hey.
There you go.
Let's go.
Shout out to the ladies. Shout out to the ladies. All right, so KO of the year, Lee Wood versus Conlon. Trainer of the year, Derek James, right? Notable fighters, of course, Charlo and Spence Jr. Our fight of the year, we agreed on Taylor Serrano. Shout out to Jake as well, MVP Promotions, for putting that together. I hope and put that together.